going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette, and this palette is like the usual Modern Renaissance subculture palette with 7 matte shades and 7 shimmer shades, and this is what the shades look like. That is what the shades look like, and this palette is just so gorgeous. Like that green shade and the orange shade here is giving me life. So I've already done this eye, so I'm gonna show you how to create this look that I did on this eye on this side of my face. So I'm gonna be using the brush that came with the palette to actually, well, it would help if I could take off the sticker. So I'm just going to pick up Unity and start putting that into my crease. So as you can see, it's a very light shade, but I am going to top it up with the shade Satin, and I'm just going to do wind swipe motions for this part. So I'm just going to go back into the palette, into the shade Satin, and just deepen up the outer area of my transition, and just bring it down into the front part of my eye as well. Can you just see? This colour pops, like it's such a nice colour, like it's actually everything. I'm so into like orange tones and like reds at the moment. I think it looks really nice. Using the same brush, and I'm going to go in with the colour Parallel, which is the more of a brown shade, and I'm just going to go into my inner crease with the same brush and just bring it into my inner crease in a more of a circular motion this time, and just bring that inwards. And the key to this is to really blend it all out so that it all looks nice, smooth and seamless. So once I'm done with that, now I'm going to go in with my Kat Von D Lock-It concealer, and I'm just going to take a concealer brush and use that to cut my crease. But I'm not really going for like the cut crease kind of look. It's just that so that the colour really pops more. So I'm going to do it from about the front of my eye to about like a quarter, 3/4 towards the end of my eye, so that it kind of like looks like this. So as you can see, I didn't go all the way to the end of my eye, I kind of stopped about here. So I'm going to then take the other side of the Anastasia Beverly Hills, I'm just going to say ABH because it's so long saying the whole thing, but I'm going to take the other side of the brush. This side of the brush picks up the shimmer shades so well, because I did try to use another brush and it just wasn't working. So I do recommend using the actual brush if you're going to pick up the shimmer shades. So I'm going to go in now with the Star of the Show, Throne, and I'm just going to pack that on to my eyelid where I've applied the concealer. And this shade is so pigmented, like I've literally dipped into it like once and a tiny little bit, and it's just really picking it up really well, and I'm so glad about that. So that's what it's looking at like right now. So now we're gonna smoke it out. So I'm gonna just be taking this shader brush. I don't know what type of brush this is, but it's like a small pointed shader brush, and I'm going to be taking the black shade, which is called Obsidian, something like that. What I'm gonna do is bring it into my outer crease here and start to tap it in and then blend it into my inner crease. So we'll give it more of a gradient effect. I'm just going to go back into it again and just bring it a bit more into the green, just to make it a bit darker. So just to blend that in with the transition shade, I'm going to go back to the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush and just really work those two colours in together. I feel like I've kind of lost the transition shade a bit. So I'm just going to go back into Saturn, which is the orange shade, and just work that back into... Maybe I should sit up. Sorry, I have really bad posture. I'm like hunchback. Sit up so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So my apologies for that. What I'm now going to do is take my Rimmel Glam Eyes eyeliner and I'm gonna wing it out. I almost forgot. With this eye as well, I took the black shade and took the end of this shader brush and I used this to line the bottom of my eye as well. Then I took the Throne shade, which is the green shade, and just used that on top of the black shade as well. So now that I'm done with my eyes, I'm going to do the base of my face. And the foundation that I will be using today is my trusty Fenty Beauty Pro Filtr foundation, I believe that's the name, and I am shade 470 in this foundation, and I'll be using my extremely unclean beauty blender. Let's get into it. Now that I'm all done with my foundation, I'm going to be using MAC Pro-longwear concealer in NW40, and then I'll be mixing it with LA Pro Girl Chestnut. I feel like the NW40 is light, but I feel like it's a bit too light. I like to, you know, keep the brown tones there, so that's the reason why I mix it. So now that's all blended in, I'm going to be taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick in Cool Earth, and I'll be using my Morphe M436 brush to blend this all in. I've applied my contour to my head, my nose, the sides of my face and my chin. So we gonna slay this face. A just a small brush just to blend in my nose contour. I like to blend it right into the corners of my eyes. So I kind of almost join it together, so it almost gives it like a natural effect. And then I like to take my beauty blender and just pat it over it so that it doesn't leave any harsh lines. And I like to do that around my face as well, so that everything is just seamlessly blended in together. So as you can see, I think looks pretty smooth. What I would usually do at this point is take a setting powder to set my face, but for some reason I can't find it. So I'm going to take my MAC Studio Fix, and luckily it's more like a yellowish shade. I'm just going to take it with the Real Techniques brush and just press it into the parts of my face that I highlighted. And sometimes I prefer to pat into my face rather than actually bake, because sometimes I feel like it makes me look ashy and we don't want it to look trashy. And then I just like to take my sleek contour kit and use the contour shades just to powder the areas that I applied my cream contour to. And then to powder contour my nose, I like to take the Morphe E17 brush, and it fits my nose perfectly because it's so small and it really gets into the areas that I want to contour and makes it look very snatched. Because you know we gotta snatch this nose. And again, I just like to really bring it into the corners of my eyes because it just brings it all seamlessly in together. Then I like to take my beauty blender again and just pat that in so that it looks all natural. Now I just need to brush my eyebrows up because I've touched it a bit. I'm just going to be taking my MAC blush in Raizin. So that just adds some warmth to my face, and I also use that on my nose, and I'll be going back into the same brush that I used to contour my nose as well. With this I only take a little bit because, you know, I don't want my nose to be looking red, but I just feel like this colour does work really well on, oh, I just got my poke my eye out, on darker skin tones. If you can see, like, nose is snatched. So now for my favourite part, I'm going to be highlighting the high points of my face, and I'll be using the Revolution, yeah, you can't see that, it is a gorgeous brown, you can go get it in Superdrug. So I'm just going to use this to just just highlight the high points of my face, and I'm using my Morphe R36 brush. My Cupid's bow to prep me for my lips, and then I'm just going to take another brush just for the highlighter on my nose, and then I like to go back in with the same brush that I used for my blusher to just pat that into my face. So now that is all done, we're going to go on to the lips, and I'm trying to go for like a brownie nude. So I'm going to be using a few shades. My MUA Brown lip liner, it's True Brown K lip liner. I'll then be going in with Sleek's Sheen lipstick in the shade Naked, which is a very, very light shade. I'll probably mix it with MAC's Derriere, which is a more of a brown nude, and then I'll be topping it with a clear lip gloss. So I'm gonna go in with MAC's Derriere, and this is a matte lipstick. I'm just gonna have it in the center here. So as you can see, it's a very brown nude. And I'm just gonna top it with Naked, and you guys are gonna see how light this is. But what I'd then like to do is go back in with the brown shade and just reline my lips. And then I'm just going to go in with a clear lip gloss. It's now like that really light nude is like dimmed down and just looks a lot better.
So that is the finished look. I'm just going to go sort out my hair and then, yeah.
So guys, that's the end of this video. I really hope that you liked this video. I'm quite pleased with how this actually turned out. I was really nervous because my makeup style has changed a lot since my last tutorial. Let's just forget about that. I really love this palette. Like, it's just like, I feel like it's very me, like the dark kind of vibes, you know, like I'm all about that kind of, yeah. And it's a really great palette. The colors, the shades, the pigment in this palette is so good. I didn't get the Subculture one, but I heard not that great things about them. But for some people it worked, some people it didn't, so I don't really have an opinion on that. But on this palette itself, I would say it was really great. I really loved using it, and I hope that I can create more great looks with it, because I really like this look, especially with the nude lip. And I really hope that you guys liked this video as well. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please make sure to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and also leave a cheeky little comment down below and let me know how you guys found this video. So I will see you guys next time.